Hello, I'm Gail Baura, Director and Professor of Engineering at Loyola University Chicago, and my collaborator is Leanne Kallemeyn at the Loyola School of Education. The title of our talk is The Impact of Social Justice Case Studies on the Social Responsibility Attitudes of Jesuit Engineering Students. We're collaborating with the International Association of Jesuit Engineering Schools, which was founded in 2018, and which currently has 8 task forces. I'm chair of the Task Force for Engineering and Social Justice, and Leanne asks as the evaluator on this task force. We are seeking to demonstrate the value of a Jesuit engineering school education, and specifically if we are creating men and women for others. So our hypothesis that we are investigating is that using their Jesuit core curriculum as their foundation, engineering students increase their sense of social responsibility through social justice case studies. We're first investigating this in Loyola's engineering program. Background on this, I created our engineering program from scratch. Our initial cohort started in August of 2015 and graduated in May of 2019, which enabled us to go up for and achieve ABET accreditation in August of 2020. We're a general engineering program with 3 specializations in biomedical, computer, and environmental engineering. And we are the first engineering program in the US to fully integrate engineering with social justice. There are a lot of elements in this, including that every engineering course is taught using a mandatory active learning teaching style, which is better for female students, students of color, and first-generation students. But today I'd like to focus on another element, which is that we have 4 social justice case study projects, which are threaded throughout our curriculum, which allow our students to investigate the effect of technology upon others through essays, presentations, and discussions. Specifically in the sophomore year, I go into the sophomore experiential engineering course and conduct a US Senate hearing panel. So I assign each of my students a specific character for a case such as the Boeing 737 MAX or the Volkswagen diesel scandal, and each sophomore gives a 2-minute speech on their involvement in the case to the senators, and the faculty acts as the senators. There's associated essays and discussions in this case study. In the spring, I go into the circuits course and conduct a citizens' rights versus technology case study. And here, all the sophomores are investigating the same case, but different aspects, such as technology accuracy, political representation, response of private institutions. So we are looking to see how social responsibility in our students changes after the exposures to the case studies. And we're measuring this with an NSF-funded instrument called EPRA, the Engineering Professional Responsibility Assessment. This was created and validated originally by researchers at the University of Colorado, Boulder. And after they validated this instrument, they measured it in 446 engineering students at 5 engineering schools after over 1.5 years. Now, they were expecting to see a consistent increase, but you see here that there are a lot of different patterns at time 0, then 7 months later, and then at the end of the study at 1.5 years. We decided to use EPRA to assess over 3 weeks our sophomores going through the Citizens' Rights versus Technology study in 2018. And that particular study was Southside residents versus City of Chicago surveillance. There were only 18 sophomores in this study, and this was only over 3 weeks. But already, if you look at the results in the upper right-hand corner, you see that in our study, in the light versus dark orange, in the 3 dimensions of EPRA, we see a consistent increase, whereas in the original study, the light versus dark blue, there is not a consistent increase. So if you then look at one of the dimensions, which is here, the analyzed dimension, and you look at the specific questions, in such a small sample, in only 3 weeks, we're already seeing a significant difference in the societal context and the way our students view this. So we're planning to expand this study, and in the fall, we will be looking to study our sophomores in the class of 2024. They will go through their U.S. Senate hearing panel in the fall, their citizens' rights study in the spring, and we'll have a follow-up social justice activity the following fall. So we will study them over 1.5 years, which is the length of the original study. We want to look pre and post at how EPRA changes. We want to investigate the impact of the social justice cases and the core curriculum across the scope of an undergraduate program. We have collaborators at the University of Detroit Mercy and University of Dresde, Spain, who are also going to look over 5 years the effects of the social justice case studies on their mechanical engineering and electrical engineering students. We will develop cases and pilot them to broaden our understanding of the impact. And in the future, we will have a social justice case study toolkit, which we will provide to all our members of the International Association of Jesuit Engineering Schools. Thank you.